Coming up on today's After News, a WWE legend teases retirement.
John Cena versus Gunther happening in 2025.
Oh my God. Bryan Danielson is being advertised for AEW shows after All In.
And everything we know about the appearance of Rob Feinstein on WWE this weekend.
I'm Adam Wilborn.
I'm Michael Hamflett.
And this is the After News. Bit of a panic everywhere after a little social media post this weekend.
Yeah.
So there was another brilliant episode of WWE Legends, the biography series, all about Becky Lynch. What an amazing career she's had. Of course, she's currently, without a contract with the WWE, at least according to reports. Hers ran out at the beginning of June, I do apologise. And she sent social media into a spin because after that aired, she posted a series of photos on Instagram with the caption, "It's been a hell of a career. Being the man for all of you was an honour. Being the mum for her is a privilege." Picture of her daughter, obviously. Thanks for watching my bio on AETV. Not quite the same. But that could be read in two different ways. It could either be what a nice way to reflect on a career and obviously how motherhood has changed that and what have you. Or, oh my God, Becky Lynch is retiring and we just realised she's had her last match and we didn't even notice it. Or it's all a work and she's coming back next week. We don't know, but people were panicking.
Was the word, wasn't it?
Yes.
Where she said, being the man
was an honour.
Yeah.
It's not honour wrong, but still.
Well, no, she's an American citizen now.
Still spell it wrong. Spell the words right and do the dates in the right order, guys. Real easy.
What else should we get on?
Day, month, year. It's that simple.
Pavement, yeah? Just because you walk on the side, you don't simplify everything. I'm lying, I would simplify everything you can.
Everything in America is better than here.
Every single thing. There is not a single drink I can buy from a shop in the UK legally that will give me 155% of my daily sugars, and I resent my nation for that. I don't resent Becky Lynch, who has had a fantastic career. And it feels...
And he's still going to.
Yes, yeah. It feels very much like the WWE return will come even if it's later rather than sooner. Do you remember when she had not long recently not re-signed but then did the meme?
The Narcos meme.
Yeah, on a Monday, the first Monday she wasn't signed or something. So she's already kind of teasing it eventually she will be back part of the fabric of WWE. This is a very commonplace thing now where legends assume part-timer roles, and her book's a fantastic read. I totally recommend going and checking that out. And it does document a life and a career well lived. And if it was to end tomorrow, fine, she's done it all.
No, but not fine. Keep going.
But this is the point. This is the point where you can start doing the dream match, you start doing the daft stuff, start thinking, is there anything on that mad wrestling bucket list that you might want to tick off? And I don't know, I think she played it really smart here.
Yeah.
They will want her back at all costs, but she potentially...
AEW's going to throw a load of money at her as well.
Indeed. She's kind of preserving her aura as a result, isn't she?
Yeah, exactly. Right now, I don't know. I mean, if she was there, they would find a spot for her. But right now, it makes sense for her to take a step back. She obviously stepped up with Rhea's injury and what have you. And I think she was supposed to take a break after WrestleMania anyway. But obviously, with Rhea's injury, she stuck around for a while. And you had the Liv Morgan stuff, of course. But now, I'm eagerly anticipating her return. But we don't know. I mean, I anticipate that she will be back in a wrestling ring at some point before the end of everything. So, it's just buying that time. And arguably right now, if there's no rush to bring her back, you'd wait till WrestleMania season. Yeah,
I would say so. You want as many stars as possible with access at that time. So, and it's wrestling, right? So even the most sort of steadfast retirement can be broken for the right deal or for the right match or for the right whatever. And from a speculative one to a confirmed one, we got to John Cena, who again,
oh my God,
is going to run an entire retirement tour in 2025. He announced as much at Money in the Bank, I think it was, where he said it's going to be 2025. It's going to go through WrestleMania, but it's not going to end there. So he's going to have his last WrestleMania, but then he's going to it sounds like he's going to work as close to a full schedule as you would expect from John Cena in 2025. I guess he's shaping it around his movie career. But let's get to the headline here. One of those matches has been mooted as very much penned in by Worked Wrestling. There's fairly reliable scoops on Twitter at Worked Wrestling. John Cena versus Gunther as a marquee PLE match for Cena's retirement tour. I mean, oh my God, first of all, what's that look like?
Yes.
But also, it just really sticks out how they could theoretically sell every monthly PLE on a John Cena main event, couldn't they?
Yes.
When you really stop and think about it, so the WrestleMania will be a huge one, right? The last WrestleMania, the last one.
Probably.
don't ruin it, we're having a nice time here. The last Elimination Chamber, the last money, you could hoy him in Money in the Bank if you won, with him saying, I'm going to win it. I'm going to win the briefcase, and on my last night, I'm going to challenge for whatever title, whatever. Every last John Cena can be sold as bigger than the last, and everyone is a ticket seller. If John Cena's coming to your town, you're going to want to be there for part of it. But lost in all of that is the actual potential matches. The matches, you joke about Randy Orton, right? People will want to see that.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see Punk. For the same reason, they've wrestled each other 100 times, but I loved watching those 100 matches, so I want to see 101. But then you have a Gunther, then you have this version of a Cody Rhodes. There are at this point a Roman Reigns John Cena match. Is there one more bite of that? Considering that with just babyface Roman Reigns, kind of effectively for the first time in his entire run. I want to see Jacob Fatu get his hands on John Cena.
That would be his last match.
Yeah, very much so. There's just so many talent on the roster that you're going to get first-time goes at John Cena, or characters in getting a new lease of life against the John Cena. Gunther's right up there.
Yeah.
But this is WWE's hand with John Cena now, isn't it, for 2025?
Bron Breakker.
I want stories like this all the time now, between now and 2025.
Would you like to see, I'm not saying he wrestles as this person, but a Doctor of Thugonomics on Gunther? Would you like to see that?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And then have Gunther clap back the following week.
Oh, yeah, rap battle.
Just put a chain around his neck or something. Just takes it from him.
My name is Gunther, and I'm here to say
I'm beating John Cena in a wrestling way.
Well, we've ruined it.
Yeah, that's killed it. Nobody wants that anymore.
But if you don't want to ruin a good time, you want to enhance a good time, and you're heading to All In, which is how long away? It's like two and a bit weeks away.
Really close,
Jesus. But don't worry, there's still time to get tickets for our live show, whatculture.com/tickets. It's going down.
I don't know why I do that in my head, like that Sky Sports graphic flasher.
The Rafael Benitez.
Yeah.
Yes, you can get tickets for our live show. It goes down before All In. Come to the show. It's minutes away from Wembley. It's the brilliant Crystal Club. Come to that. We're doing a live show. We're doing an extended meet and greet, and then we're all heading over. We got
that's dead.
Heading over to All In, and then afterwards, Hamflet.
Yep.
What do you fancy doing?
Watching you and Simon Miller record some of the best videos we do here at What Culture, the what went down and ups and downs, part of a massive crowd. They always get great crowds. Huge draws, you guys. But then the problem with all those massive crowds is you've got to walk down Wembley Way and try and get back on the tube or compete for Ubers and taxis.
Back to Crystal Club.
What?
Sweet Chin Disco.
Yes.
Me, Max Caster, Prince Nana. The big three.
That's what we've all been asking for all this time.
It is going to be an awesome night. Going on till 3 a.m. and I'll be there till the last.
Yes.
Till the end. Can't wait for that.
Just video on the fly afterwards.
You can try. Join us for that one as well. We're all going to be there after All
Here's
In.
the news.
Sweet Chin Disco. Just Google it and do it quick because tickets are selling out fast. But speaking of big appearances, Bryan Danielson, obviously, he's put his career on the line at All In against Swerve Strickland. If he loses, that is it.
Done. No more matches. No appearances. No nothing, right?
But
what?
AEW may have, maybe not. It's one of those things you can get help about it, or you could just be, chill like this guy, and just say, well, they're just advertising people, and the card is obviously subject to change because AEW posted a promotional tweet about their appearances in the Spokane Arena, WA, Washington.
Yeah,
of course.
So Swerve, Danielson, it's all like the Danielson law, obviously in Washington State.
That goes down on Tuesday, October the 8th. Pre-sale starts, it started apparently on the 8th of July, and then goes on sale to the general public on the 8th of September, according to their weird dates that they write, or maybe the 7th of
What is this?
Do it right, you just confuse me. I'm tired. I don't know what I'm reading. But anyway, on the tweet, there's a big picture, right, and there's a big picture of Swerve and Darby Allin and MJF and Mercedes Moné, Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander and Will Ospreay. Pick my side. And Bryan Danielson, big picture of Bryan Danielson alongside Swerve and Darby Allin. And you're thinking, well, if he loses it All In, he might be at that show, but he'll be in the bloody crowd because he can't wrestle anymore. So you could argue maybe they've tipped the hand that Bryan Danielson isn't going to lose at All In. But I think you and I said this at the time. There's been an issue with WWE and AEW recently, arguably sort of showing you what's going to happen because they've set something up for after whatever the big match is, whether it be a title match or, like I say, a career match, or this one, title versus career, of course. Bryan Danielson putting his career on the line has not changed my opinion of that match. I still have no bloody clue who wins against him and Swerve.
Totally, yeah, unpredictable. And the fact that this is in Washington, it's going to probably be the go home or thereabouts for Wrestle Dream, I think.
Of course, yeah.
Which is where if Danielson was to win the title, he could lose it. And then I think, like we talked about this in the podcast last week, there's no reason why, even if he wins, it couldn't be. But the retirement thing has to hold. I have to keep my promise to my kids and my wife and all that sort of thing.
Ric Flair, the next time I lose, I'm done. I mean, it wasn't, obviously, but...
I'll never retire. But yeah, I think like Bryan working those shows, even if by then he has lost and he just wants to turn up and like cut a promo in the plaid shirt and talk about how it was amazing to be in Washington State. Retired here once before, it wasn't on my terms, now we've been able to do it the right way.
He could just shout at people eating those burgers that they have.
Love that. You know why I'll be so angry that night, don't you?
Why?
Because that's going to be a Tuesday night Dynamite, and you know what that means, don't you? You know what time of year it's coming around to.
Oh, is
it's
it?
The Tuesday night war, baby. So
forget that. It comes around sooner every year.
It does. So even if he's not wrestling, like it may pay just to advertise him all the same.
Yes.
Just include him on the show, because I have a feeling maybe WWE might stack NXT that night.
The Rock's always wanted to wrestle in NXT,
Finally getting to live his dream wrestling for his daughter.
Of course, yeah, she hasn't got a surname, she's a Rock's daughter, she's called Ava, General Manager of NXT and Booker and Cook of the Year.
That's right.
Well, up until Saturday when SummerSlam happened.
So if, aside from Danielson and whether or not he appears or doesn't, I expect some big hitters to start getting announced on both sides for yet another fun week of absolute nonsense crack, and typically two quite good shows as well.
Yeah, exactly. They only push each other to wilder nonsense basically.
Switching gears. There's no nice way to do this. Rob Feinstein was spotted on SmackDown. You can see his face between Corey Graves and Wade Barrett, and then he was pictured with various wrestlers over SummerSlam weekend. There was a picture that did the rounds where Drew McIntyre met him at a hotel. Other wrestlers did too. I'm not singling out Drew here, but that was shared by CM Punk. And I don't know, maybe I should attach some context here before I explain why we're even talking about this. Rob Feinstein, for those that don't know, was the founder of Ring of Honor and RF Video, so all them sheeps that you're aware of. He was a member of the ECW roster for years before that. In various different capacities. But yeah, he formed Ring of Honor in 2002 as part of the RF kind of empire. But then in 2004 was, I guess, excommunicated from Ring of Honor. He was part of a sting at the time where he was alleged to have attempted to meet up with a 14-year-old, a minor, and then obviously when he got there, it was an alleged sort of setup, and the camera was there, and you kind of see him running his car. All this is available for you to view online from the time. From that point, he was separated from Ring of Honor. There was TNA took talent away from being all we're asked to, but you can only work one or the other. That was what kind of did it for AJ Styles, for example. CM Punk and Samoa Joe were outspoken about him never kind of returning or never returning to the locker room. Luckily, Ring of Honor was able to fall under the purview of Kerry Silken, I think it was, who then was able to salvage it and move it forward. So it's always been an extremely controversial for that situation whereby a lot was out there, but I don't think any charges were ever brought to Feinstein, so made all the more sort of difficult to pass. And yes, he was backstage, and I think there was a lot of obviously consternation about how that had even occurred or why he would be front row in one of the sort of prime seats. Fightful Select gave an update on that just to say that several talent had notified WWE that he was sort of in and around the area and in various hotel lobbies, and of course that he was on screen. And it has since come out that Feinstein had procured a ticket from a friend. This is from Fightful, who had been comped, so WWE had no knowledge that he'd be attending, much less on camera. He was not given backstage access, and I think that was something obvious. I would guess from Fightful Select's reporting that maybe a source wanted to get out there that it wasn't necessarily somebody that was welcome backstage, but had been able to get that way through various contacts and stuff like that. So I guess a bit of clearing up of a slightly ugly scene that did the rounds over the weekend, and a very controversial figure. Yeah,
I'm not going to speculate much on this, but nice to have the clarification alongside that, because I know I saw a lot of people talking about this and asking questions as to why this had happened. But good to see that WWE are on top of this sort of thing.
Yeah, it seems that way. And to shout out to sort of Fightful Select for getting across that as well, because it could have been one of them things just left to Twitter speculation and social media stuff, and I think it's with such a reputable source getting on top of it, that's kind of what you want.
Let us know your thoughts on everything we've discussed though in the news today, and you're thinking, bloody hell, they're bloody lazy, these two. News at this time of day. Well, that's because it's the after news, guys. We said it at the beginning. If you want to check out the morning news, you can watch it right here. Bye.